Hello, friends, and welcome to Laverne Heights Presbyterian Church. We are a family of faith that's intergenerational, and we're following Jesus, we're growing together, and we're sharing God's love with neighbors near and far. We're glad you've joined us for our pajama church for children in the safety of our homes until we can all meet again. My name is Miss Peggy, and I'm so glad you joined us. Come on in for Sunday school. Hello, everyone. For the past 5 weeks, we've been visiting characters in the Old Testament and listening to Jesus in the New Testament about caring for the least of these. You know, when people know and love God, then giving and caring becomes a part of the kind of life that they lead. Let's revisit some of the people we've met. When Hagar and Ishmael ran out of bread and water in the wilderness, God provided for them. And when little baby Moses, life was in danger, 5 very brave women made sure that he lived. When life was unfair to people who had lost their money, their homes, their land, even their freedom, God provided for a holiday called Jubilee that allowed for them to get all the things that they had lost back again. And then Jesus talked to us about the kingdom of heaven and the kingdom of earth. And he encouraged us not to seek after riches or fame, but instead to live a life of service to other people. And he challenged us to not make life all about ourselves, but instead to care for other people. We have doggies visiting us today. Oh, that's so sweet. So when you think about that, what if everyone did live Jesus's way? How would our world be different? Well, what if just some of us live Jesus's way, but others don't? How much of a difference would that make? Well, we know it would certainly make a difference to the people in life who we help. But Jesus also said it makes a difference in the future, in the life to come. So let's visit Jesus and see what he's saying today. Jesus said, when the Son of Man, meaning Jesus, comes again, he will be enthroned like a king, and all the people of all the nations will come before him. Jesus said, just like a farmer separates the sheep from the goats, when the people come before him, Jesus will separate the people from one another. And he will turn to the people on his right and he will say, when I was hungry, you fed me. And when I was thirsty, you gave me water to drink. And when I was a stranger, you welcomed me. And when I was sick, you visited me. When I was in prison, you came to see me. And the people will say, Lord, when did we ever see you hungry and feed you? And Jesus will say, when you did it for others, you did it for me. And Lord, when did we ever see you thirsty? And Jesus said, when you gave others water to drink, you gave me water to drink. And Lord, when did we ever see you as a stranger and welcome you? And the Lord said, when you welcomed a stranger, you welcomed me. And Lord, whenever were you naked and we clothed you? And Jesus said, whenever you clothed someone else, you clothed me. And Lord, when did we ever see you sick and care for you? Whenever you cared for those who were sick, you cared for me. And Lord, when were you in prison? I wasn't, but when you visited others that were in prison, you were loving me. Then Jesus said to those on his right, my Father will bless you. Then Jesus turned to those on his left, and he said, you treated me badly. When I was hungry, you didn't feed me. When I was thirsty, you gave me no drink. When I was naked, you didn't clothe me. When I was a stranger, you didn't welcome me. When I was sick, you didn't care for me. And when I was in prison, you didn't visit me. And those people said, Lord, when did we ever see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or without clothing or sick or in prison and not come to you during those times? And Jesus says, when you didn't help any of the least of these, you didn't help me. So I wonder if you have ever given food to someone who was hungry. And I wonder if you've ever provided drink for someone who was thirsty. I wonder if you've ever helped clothe someone who needed clothing. Or if you ever visited someone who was sick and cared for them. I wonder if you've ever welcomed a stranger or visited someone who was locked up. Well, it appears that you have. And we have done a lot of that together. I know the Lord is very proud and will bless you. See you next time.